Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the lesson in 8th standard, A Day in the Ashram. A Day in the Ashram, written by C.F. Andrews. Written by C.F. Andrews. So, take your textbook and open the page number 2. A Day in the Ashram. C.F. Andrews. About the author is C.F. Andrews. Charles Freer Andrews was an English priest of the Church of England, and he was become Mahatma Gandhi's closest friend and associate. Andrews reveals his experience while he stayed in the ashram. Shantiniketan was founded by Rabindranath Tagore. It is a school with a difference where students learn with great joy. So, this is the information of the C.F. Andrews, the writer of this lesson, A Day in the Ashram. So, that ashram was the Shantiniketan, founded by Rabindranath Tagore, who was written our national anthem. Which was our national anthem? Yes, Jana Gana Mana is our national anthem. That same poet was founded an ashram, that is Shantiniketan. So C.F. Andrews visit that ashram one day. So this is the lesson. So I read some 3 to 4 paragraphs to listen carefully. Words cannot picture to you the beauty of Shantiniketan. Our own poet and teacher, whom we call Gurudeva, has named it in his song, The Darling of Our Hearts, and it is worthy of the name. All who have visited the ashram, old and young alike, have felt its inner beauty growing more and more upon them. If I were to describe to you one day in the ashram the boys, that would perhaps best bring home to you its inner beauty. Long before sunrise, like the birds in our own amloki groves, over our boys are awake. The choristers are the first to rise, and they go round the ashram singing their morning hymn. You can hear the voices in the distance drawing nearer and nearer, and then the sound dies away as the choir passes on to another part of the ashram. And then again it comes nearer and nearer. The beauty of the sound in the silent morning air and the sense of joy and reverence which it brings give peace to the soul. After an interval, each boy takes his asan, his square of carpet, into the fields and eats down on it to meditate in his own place alone. Later on, before the school work begins, the boys all stand together in the shade of the trees and sing their hymn. Till about 10:30, the work of the school goes on. We have no classrooms. The boys sit with their teachers in the open air under the trees. There are no larger classes. A group of 8 or 10 boys are seated around the teacher, asking him questions. Very few books are used. A greater part is carried on through conversation. The boys soon learn to open out all their difficulties to their teachers. And the teachers get keenly interested in the boys' questions and answers. Such living education can never be dull. So, in these 4 paragraphs, you read silently and identify the new words. So, you identify the new words. Yes, you are told these are the some new words you have find. So now explain the lesson. Words cannot picture to you the beauty of Shantiniketan. So we can't told any words about the Shantiniketan. So what is Shantiniketan? Yes, Shantiniketan is a name of ashram founded by Rabindranath Tagore. Our own poet and teacher, our own poet, our means the C.F. Andrews told to us, our own poet and teacher whom we call Gurudeva. So, whom we call Gurudeva? So, who was Gurudeva? Yes, Gurudeva was the Rabindranath Tagore, the founder of Shantiniketan. Has named it in his song, The Darling of Our Hearts. So, the members or the students told the Gurudeva he was the darling of our hearts. And it is worthy of the name because he was the greatest person. Rabindranath Tagore was a greatest person. That's why the worthy of its name. All who have visited the ashram, all who have visited that ashram, old and young alike, old and young alike, have felt its inner beauty. So that place was very, very interested place, and growing more and more upon them. So that's why the poet told us the words cannot picture the beauty of the Shanti Niketan. If I were to describe to you, so he described that one incident, described to you one day in the ashram. When he visited that ashram, the boys that would perhaps best bring home to you its inner beauty. So, anytime we will visit that ashram was very attractive to everyone. That place was very beautiful place. Long before sunrise means early morning, like the birds in our own Amloki grows. Amloki means a name of a tree. The birds have flew on that time. Our brothers are awake, or our boys are awake. So in the ashram, the boys get up early in the morning. The chorister are the first to rise. So chorister means a group of members who told the early prayer in that ashram. That group of boys wake up early and they go round the ashram. The member of that chorister, they go to the round of the ashram and singing their morning hymn. Hymn means prayer. Hymn means prayer. That members had pray that song and go to the around of the ashram. You can hear the voice in the distance. Which voice? Yes, the chorister sings the prayer. That voice we heard in the distance, drawing nearer and nearer. When the group of the members came to the near the ashram, the voice was very clearly, and clearly we heard that prayer. And then the sound dies away. When the boys go away for the ashram, the voice was also dies, because they not clearly heard in our mind. As the choir passes on to another part of the ashram, and then again it comes nearer and nearer, because the boys were going around the ashram. When the boys came to near the ashram, the voice was clear and loud. When they far away to the ashram, the voice was dies. So that voice was very clearly we heard. The beauty of the sound in the silent morning air and the sense of joy and reverence with it brings. Reverence means respect. So when the group members are the singer of a group, the sing by their hymn, that hymn was very beautiful they sing. That's why at the morning session the voice was clearly heard to our mind. So they give peace to our soul. That sing gives to very peacefully to our soul. After an interval means the prayer was completed, each boy take his asan. Each boy take his asan. Asan means chape anta heltivalva, that asan. His square of carpet, the square of carpet, into the fields and sit down into the meditate. So after the prayer, the boys came the ashram and take their asan or square carpet and go to the field and sat the field to meditate. So what is the meaning of meditate? Yes, meditate means to pray silently. To pray silently in his own place alone. Later on, before the school work begins. So after the meditation, the boys all stand together in the shade of the trees and sing their hymn. After the meditation, all the boys in the ashram to gathered in the shade of a tree and they pray their hymn. Till about 10:30. Till about 10:30 means 10:30. 10:30. The work of the school goes on. So the school begin to start there. We have no classrooms in that ashram. There were no classrooms. The boys sit with their teachers. The boys sit their teachers in the open air, means in the field. Under the trees, there are no larger classes. A group of 8 or 10 boys are seated round the teacher. There were only 8 to 10 boys in each class. They sit the around of the teacher and asking him some questions. Very few books, very few, no lot of books there, very few books are used. A greater part is carried on through conversation. That's why the students sit around the trees and ask them the questions what they think. The boys soon learn to open out all their difficulties to their teachers. That questions they told the teacher what their difficulties, and the teachers get keenly interested in the boys' questions and answers. The teachers also listen very clearly for the questions and to solve the problem or to answer the questions the students ask. Such living education can never be done. That type of education that cannot be done in that education. So this is the day in the ashram. So remaining part we will continue to next week. Thank you.